Welcome back, Nuggets. Let me see if the stream is coming through. Hope it is. Let me see. Yes! It looks like it. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another dev stream. Working on the shoot 'em up. Not working up the shoot 'em on. A section of Wrenched, my bullet hell 3D platformer game. I have been taking a small camping break from, last week. That's what I wanted to say. So I have to get back into things a bit. Started working today. Honestly, I could use another week of vacation, but that's life. I have, in preparation of this live stream, been doing a little digging into the code to see what I was exactly working on before I left. I don't even know when the last stream was. It was like 2 weeks ago, I guess, because I also had like a big work deadline. So I didn't really have time to work on the game, although for most of you watching who were attending the previous SHMUP Section dev stream, I have done quite a bit actually. So let's see what the current state of the SHMUP is. Shall we do that? Let's see if this still works. Yes, this still works. Let's just dive into it. One of the first things I did was I added sort of a intro animation because I really wanted to, start off the side-scrolling shoot 'em up experience with sort of a banging intro. Well, it's not necessarily banging yet, but it is sort of an intro showing sort of it has some effects, but you don't see that like right here on the timeline. Like showing the ship, and I just modeled this sort of airplane really quickly. I'm not really sure what it's going to be yet. I'm also not really focusing on art, just gameplay at this moment. And then you will zoom out and then it will start from here. I also decided, that's one of the biggest things that I did actually, to make this its own separate scene. So I basically separated the game from the side-scrolling portion. At first, I wanted Carly just to walk around. So I actually made this scene. Let's give it a play. Oh, let me turn on sound. It's a bit loud for me. I hope it's okay for you. So I actually wanted Carly, to walk around, get into an airship, and then the whole shoot 'em up portion would start. But that was giving me some problems. Also with the intro animation and with the UI and stuff like that. So I decided to make it its own scene. So now you can basically, this is like a parts box, but what it does is it actually loads a level. And as you can see here, it shows the starting animation, and now it moves to a basic position, and now I have control over it. And I can now only move it up and down, and I can shoot with the trigger. But it also moves top down, and now it sort of becomes a dodging thing. I actually wanted to explain it, but you've seen it. So we have like two, how should I call it? Two different types of gameplay. So first you have the side-scrolling gameplay where you can move up and down. You can always shoot, but you can move up and down. And then you have like the left and right gameplay. And here you need to dodge stuff. And I thought that would be like a cool contrast to fight enemies and be like busy shooting and destroying enemies, but then sort of you could move into a more like skill-based section where you need to dodge stuff like buildings coming at you or bombs from the boss or whatever, because basically this whole side-scrolling business is going to be one giant boss fight. At least that's the end goal. So it's now switching between up and down, and now I can actually only use the the left stick, and now I can only use the right stick to move left and right. Oh, and I crashed into the building. That's also something I added. You can die, so if you bomb into the water you die, but also if you go too high you die. Wait, and there's a building here somewhere in the dodge section. And if you fly into that building, you will of course also die, but it's also like here on the side. Boom! You also die. Another thing I did was do the wake of the boat. So it is now bigger, and when you move up it becomes smaller. So I actually check the height of the boat towards the water. And set like the particle height based on your distance to the water. Added these vertical lines, added some random other stuff. But the main thing that I wanted to focus on today was sort of improving the wave system. Because my idea is sort of to have, well, I guess 3 phases. Like I said, this whole section should be one giant boss fight. So I see it as like you go to the falls level. There you do a little bit of platforming and then something happens, right? Like a big explosion or something. You go and check that out. And there you meet the boss for the first time. And the boss is like some giant flying contraption. Not really sure if it's going to be CRT or it's going to be something different, but the way I see it, it will be like a giant flying AI robot. That dude's going to fly off, and then you're going to chase him down, basically, in this shoot 'em up style. So you're going to go after him and shoot stuff and dodge things. And so, yeah, so I see like 3 main phases. So one would be like fighting enemies, and I have during my holiday I came up with a couple of ideas for enemies, and I think actually to really make a wave system work we will need to design one enemy. I made a sketch of some enemies and some stuff. Can't really see it. I made some enemy designs, so that's really cool. Oh wait, let's keep it on full. Hopefully I don't forget to put it back. So I made some enemy designs. So one phase would be like fighting enemies. So there would be like random spawning enemies, which you of course have to shoot and dodge and do all sorts of stuff with. Then another phase would be like the dodging phase. So that's also what you see in here already. So you have to dodge like buildings, or I had one idea where the boss would throw bombs like in the water and it would shoot up giant water columns. So you have to dodge those because otherwise your ship gets destroyed. Other stuff you would have to, perhaps he throws buildings at you or something like that. You have to dodge it left to right. And then there's like a boss phase, right? So you have to actually fight the boss and also destroy the boss in that phase right there, right? And so one idea was... I also wrote that down, I guess. Oh yeah, so here it is. So I would have like one phase where he would have like giant beams which would shoot across the screen, so you have to be at the right position to dodge the beams. These are like the bombs that he would toss in and would create the water columns. And then of course there's like don't mind the sketch, the super shoot 'em up. Whoa, welcome back. The shoot 'em up phase where you can actually hit the boss and do damage with bullets, and he would just shoot like a ton of bullets at you in all different kinds of configurations. So those 3 main phases I am thinking about right now. So enemy phase, boss phase, like dodge phase. That's what I'm calling them right now. In this whole thing, because as you might have seen, so the intro animation now plays. The ship now automatically moves to this height because this is like a segment. There it automatically moved to this height again. And now if I wait, it automatically switches to this top-down view. And now it would switch back. All right, so the way I did that, let's just dive right in, right? So the way I did that is I made sections, which I think are waves. When I was thinking about it, I was actually thinking about writing a whole new system, calling it waves, but I think it's basically sections, right? And so what a section is, for now, it has a object pool of tiles, which is, if you've seen the last stream, is basically just a prefab with some buildings, and those are like the backgrounds that keep switching out. Let me show you guys real quick. That would be fine. Oh, no, I need to be in the scene, right? So those are like these, I'm calling these background tiles, right? So they keep switching out, moving back, and it randomly picks one of the background tiles in the list. I only have made two. I have one with like a building that you need to dodge, which is this building. Yeah. So a section has a list of background tiles. It has a time, for now at least. That's the way I did it right now. So it has a time that this section is live, so to say. In this case, it's like 5 seconds, I believe. It's 5 seconds, yeah. So after 5 seconds, this section is done, basically this wave. And it has a movement type for the ship, in this case vertical or horizontal, which depends on if you go side-scrolling or more top-down. And the shoot-'em-up manager manages the whole thing, which I think is still a good system. It actually has a start section, and this which it uses to start up. So that's actually what's running right now. And so now, at this point, so that is basically the end of the intro animation. It fires a signal, which is start the shoot 'em up. Start shoot 'em up. And then it starts going through this list of section, which I think should be like sort of the waves and the way you design this level, I guess. So it goes through this list, right? So if we put it on play, it now has the start section, and then you see it move up a bit. Now it's in the save section. And after 5 seconds, I believe, or something like that, it will move to the dodge section, and it will go down. Yeah, so there it is. Now it's in the dodge section. Now we're going to explode. So now that we've died, we start again from the top in the save section. How long is this one? And if I move this one down, now it's only 1 second. No, we're going to die again. Let's move that one to 1 as well. So now it will keep switching every second between the first, like this one, and now 1 second, and now 1 second. So now it will start switching between those, right? Now here was my thinking to change this all, because this was just to test sort of how that works. I like the fact that the shoot 'em up manager manages like the ship, where it starts, if the camera switches, if the type of movement switches. Like I like the manager managing that, because it's like a manager, right? But I don't want all the sections time based. So for instance, if we're gonna have like an enemy section, which is gonna like spawn in random. Oh my god, see, I was talking to you guys and I forgot to put it on. I forgot to show you what I was talking about. You guys should speak up. Oh wait, it also says this chat's disconnected. Is the chat disconnected? I don't know. Oh my god, guys, I'm a noob streamer. I forgot to show you what I was working on. All right, so basically what I was saying is that I have these sections, and the shoot 'em up manager switches between these sections. Oh, now Adam, now you're saying it. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I'm so well. You shouldn't hate to tell me. It's ironic, isn't it? Because I always do this. I should just keep it on this screen. I always do that. Because I actually said, I hope I remember to switch back. which I didn't. Like, that sucks. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I have these sections. These sections have a time on how long they are visible. So if I change the section time to 1, it will switch out every second between, after it's like reinitialized. It will switch out every second between this dodging section and this, I should press enter. This dodging section and this like more straight up section. Oh wait, it's the safe section. Oops. So now it will switch every second between these seconds, between these sections. But this is not something you want, I was explaining, because as I was showing, while I saw that my whole camera was on, darn it. If you have like enemies on screen, you don't want the sections to switch time based, right? What you would like is to have the section or wave switch after you either killed all the enemies or all the enemies are off screen and killed. So I'm thinking right now that we should start by making one of the simplest enemies, which is basically just a enemy flying in and just firing a bullet, and just it keeps on flying, right? It flies on by, it flies through the screen, and once it's off screen, it gets like destroyed and automatically killed. And that way, so if the section is to spawn, say, X enemies, I think, and I'm thinking out loud, right? It's supposed to spawn X enemies, and after it has spawned X enemies and those enemies are dead, then we know that the section is done. So let's do that. Yeah, I think we should do something like that. So now I just have basically this section, and it is time based. But what I started doing already, but then I thought, oh, let's do that on stream, is rewriting it to be an abstract class, so we could have multiple versions of sections. But basically, a section always works that it has, see what I was doing here, it has an event, which is the section is done, and the SHMUP manager should subscribe to that event, and once that event is fired, then it should load in the next section, because then we know that it is done. So let's do this. We'll make this an abstract class. So then also what we want to do, where's Unity? You know what's funny? I also had a lot of trouble actually with the firing portion and making it work, because I have made some enemies. Let me show you guys. Is my camera right? So here I have like, I started coding halfway through. Yeah, now I'm dying all the time. But I made like these things. You shouldn't try and show stuff mid-coding because everything's broken right now. I made like these moving lasers, but I also wanted you to shoot them, right? And I also made these circle enemies, which are like these sort of things, right? And they shoot like bullets all around you. And I'm going to change the graphics from this. Never mind the graphics, just gameplay wise. But you want to be able to shoot these robots, right? But these robots also shoot bullets. And so you don't want the bullets shot by a robot to kill other robots, including themselves. But you do want the projectiles of the player to kill the robots and the projectiles of the bots to kill the player. So that was a bit of figuring out. I ended up actually making something called factions. So bots belong to the bots faction and the player belongs to the player faction. And as soon as something fires a projectile, the projectile gets a flag set which faction its parent. It's not really parented, but it like originates from that bot. It gets flagged with the faction of its originator, and if it's the same as the thing itself, then it cannot harm it, or same factions, right? So bots cannot kill each other. But if it's different, then it can hit. So that is something that I did. All right, now let's get into the meat and bones of this thing. Yeah, oh no, yeah, so what I was gonna do, I was gonna make a call it side scroller enemy section. No, I will call it a enemy side scroller section. Yes. And this will be a side scroller section. So now it will have a end section. Yes. And so this thing it has a section time. That's actually not something that every side scroller section should have. Oh, the weather is nice, of course, and everyone's playing nice music outside. Ah, yeah, of course, now my shooting up manager is like, but wait, I had this whole timer thing. And I actually do not want the manager to control the timing anymore. Yeah. So the way I did it right now is as soon as you load the next... Where's this called? Oh, it's also called for the starting variable. I think that should still be fine. Make that shit loop. Right. Because it goes through the sections. Yes. But those are more like waves right now, right? Switch to top down. All right. So now, let's remove all these things. Oh, it's becoming really nice and cluttered already. Now, can you actually use an abstract class as a... I think you can, right? No. Cannot be loaded. Ah, so I should have... So what I should do, yeah, I should make a simple side scroller section, which is just basically, or should I name that timed? Because that is basically, how do I want to? No, because I want to have... so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do like the starting section, right? So during the intro animation, you need to have a specific set of background tiles because they cannot have like dodge things, and you need to... so I basically want to, in that animation, as soon as I call, all right, start to shoot 'em up, that's when I want to switch. So I basically want to have someone else tell that section that they're done. Could I do that? I think I can. Yeah. So let's make it a simple side scroller. This is a side scroller section. And I think I actually made this a public end section. So this shouldn't need anything else, actually. So the starting section, this should be a simple side-scrolling section. And it should have these background tiles, yes, these, and the movement type is vertical, that is also correct. Yes, and this will now, I believe this should work. Oh no, of course not, because, oh wait, first let me turn off these aerial spawners, because it is now looking for a site. Oh wait, but if I should be able to put this one in, right? Yeah, no, all right. So then we have the save section should be also a simple scroller, whatever, that is fine. And let the dodge also be a simple, just for now, just for testing. Set this to save, this to dodge. So now it should technically work, I guess. But we should now always, so you can actually check like the debug. I have a current active segment. No. What is it? Where is it? It's the debug. Ah, here, current section. Yeah, so the start section. So now we're always in the start section. So that is actually good. Now, as soon, basically simple. Should do nothing. Now in the manager, as soon as we start, so we reset the shoot 'em up. So that is actually reset. Does that still work? Then we could say here current section dot end section. Yes. Now, I do still need to subscribe to that event, and when that event is fired, I want to load the next section. Yes. Set up the variables. Do I still call that up here? So in this, I could do that here. In this, I could say current section dot dot add listener, and we'll add load next section as a listener. But we also want to say, yeah, but we also need to unsubscribe from that event. So here we set up the new section. So if, let's check first if current section not equals null, so we have a current section. Then we say dot remove all listeners from that. And we also want to do that as soon as we, so we're going to do that here as well. That's not as neat, but I'm afraid we have to do that. We have to do that here. Do we also have to do that here and start? At the start, the current section is set to the start section. Oh, and I basically just manually spawn in segments. I'm really curious to see what happens now, because apparently I'm not necessarily starting that section. Let's see what happens. So now it is at the start section. Now it gets fired. Oh yeah, so now it moves to the save section, so that is fine. So that event was triggered, and now we are forever in this section because it is not switching for some reason. Because we didn't program that, of course. That's the reason why it's not switching. Should we increase the background speed? Go faster. No, I think it should be fine. Alright, so that's actually good. I could make the simple side scroller also time-based. No, let's make something new for that. Let's just make a segment just to see if it works. So we call this a timed side scroller section. So we'll basically recreate what we just made, right? And this is also a side scroller section. Here we have a serialized property, which is a float called section time equals, let's make it something like 1. Should this also be a? No, because the parent doesn't have an update, then this works, right? Oh, sorry guys. Alright. Oh, I basically removed that whole time thing, but we'll make a private float. We'll call it section timer. Set that to 0 in the start. Yeah, so here we actually want to public void, no, public virtual void start section. We'll also make this a virtual. Now I'm starting to, are virtual functions still called? So even though I don't have one in the simple section, is that so? I'm actually not sure. Does any one of you know? I can simply check. I can just check. Let me turn off the debug. So if it actually switches to different section, then it should be fine. Yeah. All right. So for the timed section, we want to have a public override void start section. We'll call the base dot start section, which basically means do anything that is in here. Because for the timed, as soon as these, as we start, we want to set the section timer to 0, and we want to set a boolean we'll call countdown to true. So we'll also make a private bool countdown, we'll set it to false by default, and if not countdown, then we'll return, so that if we have it anywhere, it doesn't start running. Otherwise, we'll do if section timer is smaller than section time, then we'll say end section, then we'll say countdown equals false, and end the section. Else we'll do section timer minus equal time dot delta time. And here at the start, we also have to say that the section timer is not equal to 0, but it is equal to the section time. Well, that's confusing, I guess. So when we start the section, call the base function, which is fine, but we'll make section timer equal to the section time, in this case 3. Then we'll start the countdown, so the countdown will start. Wait, it's lower than 0. That's then what we have to do. So if the countdown is lower, or let's make it equal to 0, we stop the countdown and we end the section. So we basically raise the event. Otherwise, if it's not 0 yet, we'll just subtract the time delta time. So that is fine. Now, something that we have to do in the SHMUP manager. As soon as we load a new segment, we also have to call set up the variables. We'll do that here. We also have to call the current section, no, not start coroutine, start section function. Because that basically needs to happen. Yes, all right. So now we can make a simple timed function of our section. Let's make that the save section. We'll make that timed. Can I actually switch this out? No, I cannot. But that is fine. We'll remove this one. Let's keep it at, I don't know, we're testing. Let's keep it at 1. And the variable pool will be your own. Will be that one. All right, should be good, should be good. So now we should be in the save. Now, an object reference is not set, which is in the SHMUP manager. Timed section is a side scroller. That is weird. What did I do? Oh, lol. Why can't it find that? Load next section. It can no longer find this one, though it is public. And the time signal. Because it was just working, right? That's weird. That is weird. Why is it not working? Oh, wow. So now it is plop. It's also weird that it's calling it twice. Spawn segment. Oh yeah, so it cannot find, of course, the segments. Time scroller, vertical section time 1. Oh wait, there's none in here. That is, wow. I should create a custom error for that, because that is dumb. Oh, chip. So now we are, oh, so that was 1 second. So now we should be forever. Oh, well, no, it loops, of course. But now we should stay in the dodging phase. Wait, let me actually dodge something. No, this is impossible now. All right, so now we should forever stay in this dodging phase. Should perhaps move up the speed a bit. Yeah, so that is working. Because if I set this to 10, so that would mean it would be 10 seconds. And now I move to this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Yeah, so and now we are forever in this phase. Well, that's actually pretty darn cool. Alright, so that works. That is cool, that is cool, that is cool. Okay. How am I going to go about this? Because what we need right now is a simple enemy. I call this, I actually gave them all names, Straight Shooter. Right. SHMUP enemy. Oh. Straight Shooter. That's what I'm going to call him. We're going to make it spheres? I don't know. I guess. No. Why do you do this to me, Unity? Just name it a sphere. That's fine. Alright. We'll increase its hitbox radius a bit. And we'll make this whole thing... Oh, wait. I should actually have this sphere collider be on the parent, I guess. Sphere collider. And I should also have a destructible on here, which is of the bot faction. Give him 2 hit points, whatevs. What is this? Destructible. Oh, you have a collider, right? That should be fine. Where are we in the grand scheme of things? Well, very off. Let's place that in 0, 0, 0. Now it's below the plane. Let's just, for now, put it up here. And this save section, we'll put this on 500 seconds. Alright, whoa, it's pretty small. I don't know what happened. I heard some sound. But, as we can see, the straight shooter has been destroyed. Let's see if that actually worked, because it shouldn't. It should basically turn off the... Oh, it was an explosion in my... yeah. Yeah, alright, so it's now back here. I'm actually not sure if it's reset or not. No, it's not reset. I could actually do that. That's something I'm... Perhaps I should auto reset it. Well, it doesn't really matter. The thing is pretty darn small, though. So let's pump it up. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's check out the size of the things. Yeah, so that's good. Well, perhaps it should be bigger. It doesn't really matter. So this thing we want to have spawn in and just fire away and move through the screen. So it would have to move and it would have to fire. Now I actually made a move in direction, which is actually funny because I did that for the moving lasers. No, but it needs to move into this direction. Oh, no, not that direction. Lol. I could actually use this, or would that be cheating? Because this also can disable stuff when it reaches a certain... Hello everyone, hello everyone. Hello, I haven't really been paying attention to chat, sorry. Hello. Oh, thank you, hello. Because this also disables an object when it moves off screen. No, I think I don't want to use this for that. I want to make it just a separate enemy class, because I also needed to fire. So I'm going to create what I've been calling gun points. And I believe it is switched around. Or it's turning that way, so I have to... Wait, wow. To do that like 180. Now it should be pointing that way. Let's make a new script for this enemy script. Right. We'll call this a SHMUP enemy straight shooter. Wow, some high-level naming right over here. All right. Serialized fields. We'll give this a float movement speed. The movement direction's always going to be that way, I guess. Is it? Oh, I'm not going to do like fancy stuff where it like... That would be pretty cool, where it sort of spawns, and so it like moves in. Let's not do that right now. Let's just set its movement speed to, I don't know, 30? We'll have a private bool, which is active. Set that to true for now. Have a void update. I will copy the things from... It's basically very simple. Move direction, no. That is going to be... Well, I shouldn't want to do that. We'll do transform dive forward, because we want to have it move in the different direction. Times my what? My 2? That's not good. Why is this not good? Oh, it's called movement speed. I'm sorry. Ah! Here, if not active, turn. So now it should always move. Sorry if I'm going a bit fast. But it would be nice if I had something tonight. Where is it? Where are you, shmup straight shooter? Wait, what the hell? Where are you moving towards? You're moving towards that side. Why? That is not your forward axis, is it? Yes, it is. It's the blue one. Right? Because it is -1. So, I should rotate you. Minus 90 degree. Now it should be moving towards me, right? No. It is, it is actually not. Why is it randomly moving in a different direction? It's 180. That doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? No, that does not make sense. See, it's also... Oh, wait, it should be, of course, like... Let's do the direction. But this should have it move... This should have it move, like, straight forward, right? Let me unrotate it. So I'm expecting, everyone keeps telling me blue is the forward, so I'm expecting it to move in to the right, basically. Yeah, so it now moves towards the right. So if I rotate it 90 degrees, I don't see the angle change. Now it moves to the left. That makes absolutely no sense. And it also moves all right. Well, you know what? Let me add a movement vector, because why not? It makes it more controllable in the long run. Yeah. It's weird though, right? Or is it just me? Perhaps it is just me. Let me sit up straight. Whew. I also must admit, it's getting pretty warm up here in my office. So now it should be standing still. Now it's going that way. Now it's going nowhere. That is weird. Oh wait, it's going up and down, of course. Now it's moving over there. So z minus 1. Just keep zooming by. So I have to check which is, of course, like, and the thing is, like, the section will spawn those in, but for now, let's just move it over there. Let's see if it's fast or not. Should be coming our way somewhere soon. Or is it already gone? No, it's not already gone. Is it? Oh, no, it's coming our way. It's coming our way. Ah, there it is. Boom. Ah. Right. So that's a bit slow. It's a bit far away. I'm actually not sure what happens if I hit it. What happens if I hit it? Does anything happen? I think it should. No. Actually, nothing happens. I think you should explode, right? When you crash into another ship, you should both explode. I think you should. All right. So... I have to play with the camera a bit because I'm thinking it might be a bit far off. Alright, but this straight shooter guy. He's a straight shooter. Alright. Private void fire. And it's going to have a serialized field. A transform called gun point. This is a nice header. Forms. It's going to have a gun point. Let me just steal the code from something that shoots. Oh, I could have it shoot like a boombox. That might be cool, actually, in sort of an arc. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, it's an... Oh, it's a private... enumerator, that's what it is. So I don't have the... It's also not a nefmesh agent. Tell particles, charge sound, let's leave that out for now. Leave this one in. Yeah, so it needs a couple of variables here. Needs a... Well, let's just copy this over. Yep, should be fine. Ah! What did I do? We'll just do it like this. Bullets, 4, max spread, 25. Bullet speed, well, that might have to be greatly increased. That has to be perhaps this plus the movement speed, I guess. Otherwise it will always chase its own bullets, but we'll figure that out. Yeah. So also is destroyed. How does an enemy handle that? Oh, when it dies, it deactivates. Yes. And the enemy... Does the enemy subscribe to the death thing? I'm now wondering how I made this. Destructible, reset. Wait. So an enemy gets... How does... Huh? Wait a second. How does an enemy know when it's destroyed and it needs to stop firing? Do I actually manually set that? That would be... Well, not the first time I'd done something like that. So this destructible. No. So how does this monitor it know when it is destroyed? That is really weird. Huh? I am baffled by my own code. I don't know if that happens to you guys a lot, but I'm like, wait, how did I make that? So, on its death. But who calls death? Who calls death? Thou who has called death. Stun timer, unstun, pushback. Reset, death. So it has a destructible. An enemy needs a destructible. Of course, an enemy needs a destructible. Destructible, destructible, destructible. Yeah, so that's all reset. Huh? Destructible, destructible. Is there something in the destructible itself? Sorry guys, I need to figure this out because I do not know how I did this. A Unity event destroyed, but of course. So if it is dead. Destroyed invoked. Take damage. But enemies should listen to take damage. Or to destroy it? What? How the hell? How the hell did I make that work? How did I make that work? That is... What? It's here. See? So it basically... Yeah, alright. Okay. I could actually do that in enemy. Why don't I do that in enemy? Well, there must be a thing for that. I will also just add a... no, this thing is on the destructible. Is get component destructible. Death, and here we'll say wait, but this won't work. And this won't work because it is on the same object. And as we all know, as soon as you have a coroutine running on an object and you disable that object, that coroutine will stop running. So it will actually automatically stop firing. Is that so? That is so. I think so. So I actually don't think I need all this, but I will keep it in here as I have it now anyway. I can always remove it later on. I can keep the destructible, that should be fine. Update, active, yes. So, number of bullets. I'll actually rotate the gun point, and then it will start firing again after half a second. That should be fine. Now I only need it to start. So I need a void activate enemy. Oof, it's a little bit of getting into things again. Activate. Why is it small? Activate enemy. Which I want to say start, go, routine, fire. And I will also say active equals true. And so here is false. And I will now have a... Whoa, I don't know what that is. Void start, which automatically activates the enemy. Yes. All right. Now it shoots 4 bullets. That should be fine. So what we need now is, because all the bullets will be like sort of in the horizontal plane, but since it's like a side-scrolling shooter, we want to have the bullets on the vertical plane. Yeah, horizontal plane, vertical plane. So instead of just rotating the gun point as well, we will also need to rotate it 90 degrees like this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it should at least do something if I would have assigned the things, such as the gun point. Movement speed. Let's just have it move really slow. Let's see what it does. I should see some bullets. Did I set the destructible? Yes. What is happening? Did it kill itself? No, but it is also not working. It is firing down, and I have no idea why. Oh, gunpoint. What happens when I put this to 0? So now it does like that. It's like so. Yeah. Oh, wait. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. Alright, so the Z axis should be turned. That's weird. It's weird, but fine. I'm having some weird trouble with the depth of field. Because as you can see, the bullets are all very much... Oh, wait. Why is the gun point not in the center? Why is it not in the center? Could you please move it to the center? And could you please perhaps move it to the front of the thing? That killed me pretty quickly. So I actually want to increase the time in between. Max spread, 25. Because that is now something I want to control. So we'll make another serialized field. Private float time between shots is 1 second. And we'll make that this time between shots. Yes. All right. All right, all right, all right. Perhaps we should move... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Move that up a bit. Time between shots, perhaps 2. I don't know. Let's check it. Ooh. That is actually going to be hella difficult. I can tell you that. Why is it always doing 1 extra bullet? So it also does that for the boom bot, I guess. So the bullets have like a time of life, which I think I should extend for this type of gameplay. The bullet speed could be perhaps, I don't know, maybe even 30. Let's crank up these numbers. All right, why not? Why not? More better? More is more better? No, now it becomes a bit of a... No. More is not better. I am also going to turn off the depth of field because it's seriously messing with things. See, now the particles are sharp again. I don't know, it's weird. Should be fun when it's multiple of those. Alright, let's say this is the first shoot 'em up. Straight shooter. The straight shooter enemy. Now, let me make a enemies. Let's make a folder. Site scrolling enemies. Let's make a folder with tabs, and let's dump in this one. Okay, I'm gonna delete that one. We're also gonna say here in its start function, we're gonna comment that one out. Then what we'll do, let's make the thing that we actually came here for, shall we? Wow, my hair is really poofy. I need to go to the hairdresser. Here. This is not a timed scrolling section, but this. Wait. What's Sitefinder? Flybot. I think I should delete that. This is a enemy section. Move that one down. Variable pool. In this is a vertical section. Yes. All right. So we're gonna have a serialized field, a private. So now I want to have basically a list. I want to have a list of enemies that it can spawn, but that means should I make this an enemy as well? Or should I make a variable object pool which has a collection of random objects that I can just instantiate? That is something really interesting. Because it basically does the same thing for the segments, right? So I just load in a bunch of segments and I can... let's do that. Let's do that. Variable object pools, enemies, just spawn. I'll just call it enemies. Then I also want to have a serialized field, a private float, which is a spawn time. So spawn rate, I guess. It might be better. Spawn rate of so then I would say spawn rate would be like how many enemies would you have every second. Now let's call it a spawn time. So every 1 second spawn in a new enemy. That should be fine at this point. I also want to have a serialized private int total enemy total number of enemies, which is, I don't know, 10. Then I need a private list of let's just save the game objects. No, do I need that? So what I was thinking is to save a list of all the enemies and check if they are all dead or not. No, I want to do that. Actually, I want to do that because designed some enemies which will stay on the screen because they will sort of fly backwards and just start shooting at you, and you have to destroy them or they will destroy you. But yeah, so no, I actually need a list of all the current enemies. There's a new list of game objects. That is what it is. Yes, and I will have a private void spawn enemy. So I want them. I believe my shoot 'em up manager is so that is like a instance. So I want to have this have a serialized field, a public vector 3 enemy spawn location is vector 3. So in the manager I will get a spawn location, and so I can actually say to that spawn location, so we'll do my thing. So game object enemy equals enemies dot get pooled object if enemy enemy not equals 0, so I have something back. Then I can say enemy. So I will also have to say so the spawn height should, let's just make it random for now. Enemy dot transform dot position equals shoot 'em up manager dot get instance dot enemy spawn location. Yeah, no, that's a thing. So it spawns in over there. Then I want to say to the enemy that do I need to? Yeah, I want to. Ooh, so that is a problem. Because I want to activate that enemy. So I think I should make this an enemy. Then it does already have a destructible, does already have a start, and it does have a public override for the update. Public, is it public void override update? No. Let me check that out. Oh, it's a protected. I'm sorry. Protected override, which should be fine. Check activation. I actually want to have a, and I can call all these functions if I don't call the activate enemy. All right, so it's a protected override. Oh no, because then I cannot call this function. That sucks. So I will just have it be a no, because I don't think I can call a protected variable function, right? In the side scroller section. Now I could say this. Enemy did get component enemy dot. See, I cannot call activate enemy. I can call activate though. What does activate do? Does activate call activate enemy? No. Why did they make them protected? Yeah, that was because I wanted nothing to call activate on the enemy, but now I actually need it to be. Could I say this? Public void. Yeah, then it doesn't know which it needs to call. How would I solve this? I could make activate enemy public, but I don't think I actually want to. Oh, I could. It would solve my problem for now. It's not as nice. Ah! If it means reusing my code, then it might be better. Might be better. All right. So now I have a public override. Now I can say activate enemy here, because I actually want to activate that enemy. So we spawn it in, gets activated, and then we need to add it to the list. So current enemy is now add enemy. And now this side-scrolling section needs to check void update. It just needs to check if, oh wait, and yeah, so we have a private int spawn number of spawned enemies is 0, and we'll have a public override void start section, which sets number of spawned enemies to 0 and current enemies to nothing, just because that is nice. And so if number of spawned enemies equals total number of enemies, no. If it's lower than the total number of enemies, so that means we are not done spawning with enemies. No, if we are done spawning with enemies, then I want to check. So if it equals, I want to say for each game object enemy in enemies, current enemies. So we'll go through the whole list and we'll check if, and since it is now an actual enemy, what I could do is basically make it an actual enemy. Wow, that made sense. So we'll go to, oh wait, do I have one open? Yeah, the boombox. And at the start, we'll do basically this. Oh, wait, that was still here, but whatever. So we'll now have a death trigger when it gets blown up. And I have to set that destructible. So now, I know you guys aren't really following, but bear with me. I can say to the enemy, get component enemy that is dead. That's now a thing. Sorry, this is a Boolean. So if enemy is not dead, I will return. And otherwise, yeah, so that means that as soon here I'll say else return, so just gonna keep out of this loop, and otherwise here we'll call end section. Yeah, so if everything is dead that is in the list, then we'll end the section. So it loops through the list, yeah. I believe that logic is true if the enemy is actually killed. Let me get something else to drink. Yeah. So we'll add it to the list. Yes. I could also make this an enemy list of enemies. That might even be easier. So we'll just say, we'll add this to the list. So if not is dead, so if one isn't dead, then we'll return. Yes, now we do have to keep in mind that we need to kill them automatically when they move off screen, or at least in some cases, but let's not worry about that. And if it is, then we'll, all right. We'll make this a I enumerator. And we'll say here, yield return new, wait for seconds, spawn time, so we'll spawn every time, and then here we'll say start routine. Spawn enemy. But we'll have to make a private coroutine called spawning. We'll have to set spawning to start coroutine, and we'll make a let's do that here. We'll make a public override void end section. We'll call that the base, but we'll also say if spawning not equals null, we'll say stop coroutine spawning. This one will keep alive. Yes. So command is clear, and we'll start spawning in enemies. Oh yeah, we need to set a random height. Are we gonna do that here? Yes, why not? So the enemy duck transformed up. No, wait, no. Ah! What did I do? Ah! Redo. Oh, control Y. Yes. So we'll add to this new vector 3. We want it on the Y. So a unity engine.random.range of So we'll set it to the middle. I don't know, 2020, I guess, something like that. So it will be in a random range. All right, let's see what is going to happen. So we have to do a couple of things. I have to set, first off, the enemy spawn location in the shoot 'em up manager. I think what I actually want to do is make it a transform. That would be much easier. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. So in the shoot 'em up manager, instead of having it we'll make it a transform. It's much easier for me. Then here I will say any spawn location position plus that. That is easier. Yes, because that way I can just move that thing around instead of setting a random number. Yes, so I will also have to put in the safe section, which isn't safe anymore because we're going to add a variable object pool, which will have inside it a enemy, side-scrolling enemy, a shmup enemy. I have to add, I should actually, yeah, well, that's just the way the variable object pool works at this point. But well, I don't know. It should be fine. Total number of enemies, spawn time 0. All right, let's in the SHMUP I have things. The destructible is that one. It doesn't have an FMesh agent. I'm not really sure if it is going to complain about all these things. It might need an animator, or it might actually not need an animator. Let's see what happens. Nope. Coroutine couldn't be started because it is, oh wait, duh. So that is the way that my enemy dot set active to true, because they are of course all wait, no, because death is called, yeah, I don't know. Wait, why is it not switching? Oh, thanks Unity. Wow. Let's see if it breaks. All right, so now, they are here, but they are not firing. They are being destroyed though. Oh, they are also way too low. Yeah, so of course the sections don't stop when I die, because that is something that we haven't. Alright, so they aren't resetting properly. And what's happening to all these things? It's inactive, so it cannot start. But activate enemy is, when is activate enemy called? Wait a second, because it has, of course, all these nice activation range things. But it seems enemy side scroller. Oh wait. Duh. Because I set it to active, then I activate the enemy. That's simple. Simple thing, alright. A mix-up. But it is nice that I can use my enemy class for this. That is actually nice. Alright, so now they should start shooting. Oh, they are. Oh, they are. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty nasty. Well, now I can, of course, fly above here. Wait a second, guys. Wait. And so now it actually never stops, and they just keep on moving and keep on firing, because that is what they do and what they do best. Also, I think I set a, or did I do that in my airship? In my airship controller. Did I set a boundary? Fly height is 120. So my fly height is 120. So if I set this one to Y60, that should actually be like the center. Let's put this at 80. And so then, yeah, so that's not that nice, because this actually is half the airship, but my airship controller is not a, no, so that's not a thing. Yeah, so that's a bit nasty, but let's put it at 50-50 right now. Let's see if this is better. Total number of enemies 10. The spawn time could be a little bit longer, actually. Let's set that to 3. Oh, it's way above here. So it should be sort of right at the edge of where I could fly. Ah! Wow. That is actually quite difficult. Okay. It doesn't quite look good yet. All right, but now they are either all dead. The variable nefmesh agent. What is it trying to do? Deactivate. It's trying to deactivate the enemy. Yeah, so I should just check here. If nefmesh agent not equals null, because now I'm also going to start using it for other things, which is fine, I guess, because, you know, reusing stuff, that's good. So we need a way for the I could do something really nasty. I think I'm just going to do something really nasty. The enemy destroyer, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to give it a big old box collider of, I don't know, humongous. Hello, my name is Hugh. Humongous. Oh, it doesn't have to be super wide. Let's make it really large though, and I'm just gonna, as soon as does hit on impact actually also work on enemies? Or does that only work on the player? That only works on the player. What I could do... Hit on impact. No, let's make something specifically for this. No. No. All right, we'll do something a bit more. We'll do something better. I'm getting tired. Serialized field. We'll give it a private faction to hit faction, and that is equal to faction.player by default. And so what we'll do if the tag is player or no, because no. Wait, because the player doesn't have a faction. Yeah, so or oh, it does actually. Other dot get component destructible dot faction equals to hit faction. Would that work? I think this should work. Yeah, but then the thing is, what if it doesn't have a destructible? Because that's gonna crash. Because this is going to crash as soon as you hit it, and it doesn't have a destructible. So if the other is player, so I'm just going to separate this into two things. I'll do it like this. If just gonna basically do it like this. Oh, what I could do is I could make it an else if. Yes. All right, so this should work. So now would be funny. This is a bot incinerator which does 500 damage, and the others are already tagged bot, I believe. So now let's move this thing up. It started. Are they spawning? Oh, they are spawning behind the thing. But they are not receiving any damage. Alright. Let's see if it is something like this. So the log. We are hitting a destructible. Let's see if we are actually hitting something. I don't know. We might not actually be hitting something. That might be the problem. Oh wait, did I put the enemy destroyer on? Yeah, no. Trigger? Oh wait, I know what's happening. This thing should have a rigid body. No, it should not use, and should be kinematic. So if you want to use on trigger enter, one of the things should have a rigid body. That's just the way it is. And they actually destroy it, but it is causing some issues. Yes, of course, because I do not have a game manager. Right. Now, it is blocking bullets, but that is fine, I guess. So let's move it behind the player. This is a nasty solution, but, you know, if it works, it works. All right, so now, if this actually works, let's see if this works. So let's not go and kill them. So that is like 1. There's number 2. Wait, is number 2 going to fly over? No, not even by a long shot. Oh, let me enlarge this thing for y'all. Oh. So at some point, if everything works, and it twerks like Miley Cyrus, then we should... Let's not die. We should have like 10 enemies spawn in. I don't know, this feels like it should be 10. Oh, wait, I know what's going on. I know why I've been a dummy. Because, let's go back to the enemy side-scrolling section. I say here, just keep endlessly spawning. But I only want to spawn if the total number of enemies spawn, and it doesn't even add... We forgot half the things. If... No, here. Because I spawned one, so I increase the number of enemies spawned, and as soon as the number of enemies spawned is less than I spawn another. Otherwise, I don't. Now it should work. Yes. Watson, to the game mobile. The game mobile, that's what I said. Don't cut that out. Total number of enemies. Let's put that to 5. Let's put the spawn time to 1. Just speed it up a little. All right. Right. That's 1 enemy. That's it's a lot of bullets, but these are just 5 enemies, and they are almost all dead. Now they are all dead. And we switch to another section! And here we will stay forever. No, unless I die, I guess. Then it resets, right? Now they start. Alright, so now I'm going to shoot them all. I'm going to shoot them all. I'm going to do... Holy crap, that's difficult. Can I actually still shoot them? No, I can't. Why not? Oh, wait, I can. I'm just a noob. Wait. Spawn time. Let's do a realistic spawn time. I think 3 was fine. Wait a second. Where are they? Oh, there's one over Darn it! This is really difficult. I should make them a bit bigger. Perhaps I should also make my own bullets a bit bigger, but you know. So that's 1. It's 2. Nice. 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 Oh no! Hey, that is not correct. That is not correct. Why did that happen? Did I die in between? Because then it might not actually get... No, wait, it should actually get reset, right? So as soon as I start, number of enemies spawned is 0. Number of enemies spawned, total number of enemies is 0. So start section should get called every time. And then that is when I start spawning an end section. So what I could do, I believe... Yeah, in reset... If it's not 0, I could call current section dot end section. This will end anything, and it will remove all the listeners. And so here on the enemy side scroller, I could just on end of the section, I could loop through this and destroy all the enemies. Well, let's not do that for now, but I could do that later on. But what happened? Because I shot 2? It's because it reuses them, and they are not reset properly, I guess. But... the destructible is not reset. The destructible is only reset when the enemy is reset. Reset is not automatically called. So the straight shooter. So what I could do is just here. Does activate enemy not reset? No. Should it? I don't know. Oh, no, it should not. And I'll tell you why. It's good that I'm thinking about it, because what will happen otherwise, an enemy gets activated and deactivated when Carly moves near an enemy. So when Carly moves near an enemy, it will start shooting, but then when she moves away, it will stop and it will start idle again. Just because, you know, so enemies don't always keep shooting and do stuff like that. So if I put a reset here, every time Carly would move away, the hit points of the enemy would like reset every time she moved away. So that's not something that we want. But what we do want to is just when we call it, when we spawn a new one, we'll just say reset right here. So now, yeah. So now when it reuses an enemy, which happens when you shoot it, right? Because it will take the first object from the pool. It will reset the destructible and it will reset its hit points and stuff like that. So then it will not be marked as dead, because that's basically what happened. As soon as you shoot one, it spawns in a new one, which is the game, concerning the game, already dead. You're already dead. I am a dead. I am already dead. Oh, I am almost already dead. So, so now I'm in between the section reset. have to stop being a noob. Right. Alright. Let's channel my inner... I don't know, who's your guys' favorite gamer? Let's channel my inner that person. You know what? I could also cheese it and give myself a lot of health because I am just a noob. As you can see, I also reused my old health bar. The new health bar and the health system, so I can have pickups which increase your health and all sorts of cool stuff. So now, after I kill this one, we should switch to the... Yes! Dope. Alright, so that actually works. I'm curious if I now die. No, I don't die. Running into a building does only 5 damage. It should start spawning again, right? So now I have 1, 2. Oh, that's a double shot. And so imagine these like enemies which are spawned by the boss. Oh, I think I lost one. No, it is actually in the other section, but it didn't switch. Why did it not switch? So there are obviously some bugs still in the system. Ooh. What section does it think we are in right now? We are in the dodge section, but the camera doesn't think so. That is weird. That is really weird. But the first time it does work, right? So now we are in the start. Then we go to the save section, which isn't very safe anymore. So let's say I kill this one. I kill this one. So that's 3. So that's 4. And I will let this one go. Oh. These 2 go. So that one should have been killed right now. And that one also should have been killed right now. Yeah. And so we switch over. Right? So that's fine. So it will switch as soon as we all die. But what happens now if I die right now? Boom. Now, yeah, so it still thinks we are in the dodge section. But why is that? So it's... Oh, wait, does that have to do something with the fact that we... So we die and we call end section on the dodge section. Because we are... Oh, wait, that messes things up. That actually messes things up. The fact that we did... I think that's fine. The fact that we did this messes things up. Because that basically means that when the new section is loaded, it will call end on that one. And then, yeah. So it will basically end the new section because we die, starts get loaded, or save gets loaded. Jeez. The first section gets loaded, and then that one ends instantaneously. So resetting doesn't quite work because if I die right now, then things will mess up. But now, when I bump into a couple of buildings, now I should be in the safe section. Yes, and I am. So now when I kill them again, oh, or they kill me. Alright. Yeah, I go back to this one. Yeah, all right. So now that works. Whew! That was actually quite the ride. Oh, okay. So basically what we have done right now is if I make more enemy types, I can have them spawn in randomly, because now it basically only spawns in one enemy type, because I only have one enemy type here in the variable object pool, but I could have like multiple of those. I can spawn them in at set time, have a set number of them. I could even change them to vertical movement if I make vertical movement enemies, which is pretty cool. We basically have a timed section or a simple section which ends whenever we want, and we could have a timed section which lasts, which is actually pretty fine for like a dodge. For like the dodge thing, let's do that real quick, see how that works. And I'm gonna call it a night. Here, side scroller. So a timed section. Let's do like 8 seconds of. Remove that one. So let's do like 8 seconds of dodging, and then we'll move over to the first section again. All right, so this one. Perhaps I should have them move a bit quicker. Ah! It is actually really difficult. Alright, so now this should last for like 8 seconds. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we should start spawning enemies again. Yes. Perfect. Now basically I can make waves or sections with all those things. I should have the bullets live a little bit longer. Oh my god, I'm actually dead. Yeah, so things will need to reset. Oh wait, no, it should actually work fine because I cleared the list. Yeah, so it should be fine. This should last 8 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we move back to here. And we move back. Yes. So I have to like tweak the audio because you cannot hear it because the listener. Oh, it should actually be on the ship, but it's on the camera right now, I guess. Boom. All right. Dope. So that actually works. Well, I'm going to call it there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Took a little bit of getting used to the project again, doing the live stream again, doing the coding again, but I think it worked out fine. Made a simple wave system. Definitely be working on this whole thing some more during the streams coming up. Also, if you are not part of the Discord yet and you would like to test the alpha demo that's coming up, join our Discord through the link in the description down below and sign up to do some alpha testing. Thank you everyone for being here, sending out good vibes, helping me make all this, and I hope to see you in the next stream. So, good night everyone, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time it is over there. I will see you later.